आज का सुबह का सच. Now today I'm going to discuss an important topic, and I have received this from most of the people to discuss about the difference between a boss and a leader. So today I'm going to discuss in detail about 9 differences where you can identify between a boss and leader, whether a person is bossy or he is a leader. Let's go. The first and foremost difference which I see personally is a boss always tells you what to do. He'll be very specific to his goal that this is what he wants and period. Wherein the leader not only tells you how to do, he will also or she will also tell you why to do, the reason, what is the end outcome of it. And that I hold is the first and foremost difference between a boss and leader. Second most important thing is bosses are always subject matter experts. Whether it is a target, whether it is a goal, they'll be very specific to that subject, and it will revolve around everything around that. Wherein the leader is an emotional expert. He will always think the end closure of both the ends, whether it is the person who's doing it or the person who will be affected by it. They will also value the people and their opinions and expert. So I feel this is the second most difference between a boss. The bosses always want you to perform every day, every week, every month, every year. They will always push you to perform, wherein a leader wants you to feel successful. The intent is more important than the result for leaders. They'll see you how much you are putting an effort, even if you don't achieve what you intend to achieve. If the efforts are there, if the intent is there, just make you feel successful and push you to achieve more in the next coming days. The bosses holds you always accountable. If you have given a job, if you have not done, they'll make sure that they will hold you accountable. Wherein the leaders push you to have some self accountability. Rather than they hold you accountable, they will groom you, they'll push you to have a self accountability. They build you the confidence wherein you have that self accountability yourself, rather than they identify and push you to have the accountability from their side. The leaders always measures the success with the passion and the influence which the person has shown or the person has achieved, rather than only measuring the success by the hierarchy or the position which they will want to achieve. The bosses always are depending on authority or position, wherein the leaders are not depending on positions authority. They, irrespective of the position, irrespective of any authority, they will make sure that they give some valuable inputs to the person. Not only speaking to the person they report to, they go deep in every person who's in the team, and they will not restrict themselves because of some hierarchy or position. The bosses always operate the competition in mind, whether it is inner competition or outside competition. They'll always take that decision or react to the decision with the competition in mind, wherein the leaders have legacy in mind. They are not bothered about the competition. They are not bothered about any inter competition. They always takes the decision keeping the legacy in mind, that how many leaders are they making downline, and how they will groom themselves or how they will shape up as a leader will be main priority for a leader, rather than having competition or inter competition in mind. The bosses always are driven by the fear and reaction. If something is done, then either they will make decisions out of fear, or they'll react very aggressively, keeping that mind that if I don't react or if I don't show that fear, then this will be gone. So that's always in their mind, wherein leaders are driven by passion and purpose. It's always the passion and purpose which drives them, and they have that team in confidence. Whenever they're doing some work, it shows in their in their actions, so that the team also believes, rather than having a fear and reaction, they believe in that passion and purpose, and they go along with that passion and purpose. So bosses mindset is they want to be boss always, and they want people to think whatever they are doing is right and they can never be wrong. Wherein the leaders If sometimes, even if you are doing better than them, then they will appreciate that fact, that idea, that intent, that purpose, wherein you have outranked them, or you have done something which they are not able to do. At that point of time, the appreciation comes from the leader for you to think more, for you to do more, and for you to freely express that to the leaders, so that they also get benefited. There is no restriction of ideas, there is no restriction of inputs, and there is no restriction of any path driven, that only the idea should come from the bosses. Bosses always enjoy their success. They want to feel grand if they have done something right, and if they have been successful, or if they have got success in their name. When the leaders enjoy everybody's success, they want to celebrate everybody's success. They want to make sure that every success is identified, appreciated, and success is celebrated, so that that person feels more to do, and the person, it's contagious, right? If you feel successful, and if you feel your success is celebrated, you feel you make sure that that carries on down the line, and it spreads like a house of fire. When your success is celebrated, you want your team members success is also celebrated in a small way, and that creates a lot of healthy environment, rather than only having a success or successful path only for the bosses. Now, personally, I have been fortunate to have good leaders, but I would not say that every leader doesn't have a boss quality, or every boss doesn't have a leader quality. Now, it's up to you to identify which are the qualities you should admire and you should take it forward, and which are the qualities we should forget and we should not follow. So there is no way that there is perfect person who will be having the qualities of all leader or all bosses. There will be something which a leader will have the qualities of bosses, or the bosses will have the quality of leader. I have been fortunate for the last 20 years to work with some of the great leaders. You sometimes unfollow the qualities of bosses if a leader has, and only learn what is needed for you. So these characteristics, or these differences which I have told you, it's not for you to only apply for yourself, but also identify, because all of you will be an entrepreneur or will be a business owner sometime. Even if you have a team of two people. I got my team at the age of 25. I was handling a team of 3 members, and from there onwards, for the last 14 years, I have been handled different size of teams, ranging up to 250 to 300 people also. But at the same time, I'm also not perfect. I have got lot of inputs, lot of lessons from my team, which has improved me to get some qualities of leader, if not all. So you keep on learning, you keep on identify. The biggest learning which you can do to become a leader is to keep your options open. Foremost lesson to be a leader is that you keep your eyes and ears open. You have to listen, and you have to take inputs from your team also, if they are correct, and if you see the merit in that decision. It is no way that you will not be able to listen to them. Unless until you have this quality, you can never ever be a good leader, and you will be more of boss than a leader. So it is these characteristics which defines the differences. So if you're working for somebody, or if somebody is working for you, make sure that you have these guidelines set in your mind, and you make sure that you follow, and you make sure that you identify these points very minutely. There are very thin difference between both. So you make sure that you identify these points and be open to advices, and you will be successful at every stage of your life, and people will think you as a leader, not as a boss. If you like these videos, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. I am doing this mostly on a daily basis, so you'll keep on getting the updates on your YouTube and Facebook. So share, like, comment, and also let me know if any topic you want me to cover. I'll be happy to cover that and give my inputs and my learnings. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.